Good afternoon, this is Ivan O'Mara. Ivan, what happened? Yeah, the video I made in the morning, I tried to re-upload part 1 and part 2 3 times. And it wasn't uploading, so I had to delete the video. But you guys saw part 3, but you didn't get to see the rest of my show, obviously. I made a very interesting video in the morning. I talked about James Gunn, Superman, Sky Source, more about Sky Source, Superman, Hollywood, the World Tour, and my personal situation and all that stuff. So I had to leave the video, but this video, I'm not going to go any longer than maybe an hour. And I might see a good 30 minutes of it, and after that I have to take a shower because I'm going to go vlog with Tony at the Shane's bar at 6 o'clock, obviously. Yeah. How long were you vlogging with Tony? I don't know. I'm not going to go, after 2 hours, I'm going to call it quits. Say my goodbyes to Tony. I don't want to be at the bar for like 3 hours, right? I'm going to be there for maybe an hour and 40, 50 minutes. And after that, I'm going to get food with him, but I'm not going to eat with him. I prefer to just get my food and bike home. I want to save my food for my show, obviously, when I come home. So I'll go to the restaurant there. I'll get like maybe 2 burgers and like fries and some of that with a drink. And there's a Shane's, they have a small restaurant there where they sell pogos, burgers, hot dogs, pizza, ice cream, milkshake, all that stuff for it. Tony knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know. There's a place, a place near the bar. There's also the Vietnamese restaurant that I ate at when I vlogged last year, right? I ate there. I don't want to go to the Vietnamese restaurant. I want to go to the other restaurant. And I'll get, like last time when I vlogged with Tony, after I shut the camera off, I talked with him for a good maybe another 30 minutes. And after that, we went to McDonald's. I got like, I don't know, 4 McDoubles. Yeah. This is leftover fried rice and chicken. The chicken's really good though. Yeah. So I was this man. Do you think James Gunn Superman would hit $800 million? I think it could if it has legs. Right now, Superman does have legs though. As your theaters are selling out like every day during the week. So if it has legs, it could hit $800 million. I don't think it'll hit. It's not going to hit $1 billion. I don't think so. But you never know. I highly doubt $1 billion. But $800 million is not far off, right? It could hit $800 million. Now, if Superman hits $800 million, Warner Bros. Make profit off that. If Superman can make a little bit of profit, Warner Bros. Will be very happy, obviously. They made money off the movie, right? Yeah. Warner Bros. Made money off the movie. Yeah. Did you ask Tony if you don't mind vlogging? Yeah, I'm like, Tony, I'm vlogging. Do you don't mind? He's like, I don't mind. Like, yeah, sure, I don't mind. He texted me back. Because I want to make sure he's comfortable being on camera before I film him, right? Yeah. If he wasn't comfortable, I would still vlog, but I would keep the camera on me. But I'm going to have the camera on both of us when we're sitting down at the bar. But when I'm walking with him outside and everything, the camera will be on me, obviously. Yeah, sick vlog. Yeah. Yeah. So, you think John Camp is right about Superman? I believe most of what he's saying is true, obviously. I agree with him. Warner Bros. Goal is not really for Superman to make money. They would love for it to make money. It doesn't hurt for it to make money, but their main goal is to win back the fan base. Win back the DC fans. That's their goal. To rehabilitate the DC franchise, obviously. Refresh the DC franchise. That's their goal. And James Gunn already did his job, as a lot of fans love Superman. Most fans like it. A lot of fans are even saying it's better than Man of Steel. I haven't seen the movie, but I think James Gunn's Superman, it looks better than Man of Steel. As Man of Steel was dark and there's no really joy in the movie when you watch it, right? It's a different tone. A different iteration of Superman. It's darker. Obviously. Yeah. That's why I'm telling you guys around the world. For this week, the third week, the fourth week, all you guys around the world, go watch James Gunn's Superman. That way, the movie can make money, obviously. Because I want the movie to make money. I don't want the flop, right? It doesn't hurt for Warner Bros. To make a nice profit, a little bit of profit out of this. I don't think Superman will be a billion-dollar hit. It could perhaps, but I highly doubt it. If the movie has legs, it could hit $800 million, even $1 billion. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Ivan, what are you predicting for the drop-off of Superman's second week? I think Superman will probably take a 40%, 45% drop second weekend around there. That's my prediction. In terms of opening weekend, I was wrong. I predicted more like 145. Superman made a little bit less. It made 125. But if the movie has legs, it could hit $800 million. If Superman makes $800 million, the movie is profitable. Warner Bros. Made a little bit of profit. They didn't make a lot of profit. They made a little bit of profit. And they definitely will be popping bottles if the movie's profitable, obviously. They made money off the movie, right? And so all you guys around the world, Superman's on theaters on the second week. Go to the theaters and go watch it. All you guys around the world, right? Superman's on theaters. Yeah. This food's good. It's leftovers from like 3 days ago. It's really good though. Yeah. I don't want to eat too much. I want to save my appetite after I vlog with Tony. I'm going to get my food at the place right now. Oh, I work tomorrow. I go for the man. Oh my god. Yeah. Will you give her 2-week notice tomorrow? Maybe. But because they lost my health card, I might maybe give my 2-week notice maybe next week. I work this week and then next week I give my 2-week notice. I can work for, I hope, for 2 weeks. And after that I'm done. I'm going back to welfare. But I have to get my health card because the folks, they took my health card and they lost my fucking health card, obviously. That's why I got into that huge argument with the folks. I was so angry, man. I was really, really angry. Yeah. You guys know my story. I told you yesterday, right? Yesterday night. Yeah, I want in the 1-2 years we want you out of the house. Yeah. That's why I want to quit Coco Fruity. That way I can work full time on my book. And what? And get it done, obviously. Get it proofread and design my cover. That way, when the family say, I even want you out of the house, I'm like, look, man, I'm not in the mood for playing any stupid games. You know you lock doors on me. You know if you kick me out of the house, I'll be on the streets. But you obviously don't care because you're wicked, obviously. This book, I want to get it published. Yeah, and they know, yeah, this book is Ivan's Journey to Becoming King. Yes, it is. This book is my journey to becoming king. And you don't want me being king. You don't want me being rich. You want to keep me poor or keep me under you with a shitty career. Hence why what? I'm not going to get you. No way. Yeah. I'm sorry. I know you can't stand the fact of me being a multi-billionaire. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. You didn't create this place. You're not God, man. You didn't create this fucking place. Yeah, this is my house. Yeah, the house that I fucking created. I created yours. You did, man. And you're not the rightful heir. There you go. Yeah, so when I have the argument, I said, I've been like, enough with this nonsense. Show some respect. This is not your house. I'm like, shut up, man. Like, you didn't fucking create this place. And she gave me that look, and I shut her up. Yeah, this may be your house, but you didn't create it, man. You didn't create the earth. The person, if a person is God and they create the universe and they come to earth, that person is the rightful heir, not the person who controls the money system on the earth. Like, this may be your house, but you didn't create it, man. You didn't create this place. Without me, you wouldn't have a world to make your money, man. You're not God. There you go. Yeah, they're the God of the money system in the world, but they're not the true God, the God that created everything. Me and Fiege are the true gods who create everything, hence they're not the heirs. Me and Fiege are. Because me and Fiege, we create the universe. And they don't just control our money. Yeah. Sorry guys, this video won't be long. I'll talk maybe 50 minutes, I'm done, because it's like 3 o'clock. And I have to take my shower soon. I have to bike to the Shanes and meet Tony at the bar, right? So I'm vlogging with him at 6 o'clock, so it's getting there, right? Yeah, sorry guys, my other videos, I made 2 amazing long. I made like a 220-hour video with 3 parts. I divided it into 3 parts, 50 minutes. And it took forever to upload, right? So for now on, I'm not going to go any longer than maybe 40 minutes. Because if I go for 50 minutes, it might take long to upload too, obviously, right? So split it into like 40-minute segments. That way it uploads faster, obviously. Part 3 got uploaded. You guys saw that, but part 1, I had a 50-minute part 1, 50-minute part 2. It didn't get uploaded. I made like a 2-hour, like 20-minute video in 3 parts, and it didn't get uploaded. It sucks because I made an amazing video, man. That was a sick video, yeah. So, Sarah. I made an amazing video, yeah. Yeah. So if you think John's wrong with his projection for Superman, yes. I think Superman will make more than $500 million. I think it should hit $800 million because I think the movie has a lot of legs. As they're selling out, all these theaters are selling out like every day during the week. This is only the 2nd week. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. Superman, if it has legs, it could hit $800 million. And that's why I'm telling all you guys around the world to go to the theaters and see Superman. That way this thing is huge and it makes $800 million. Obviously. I'm trying my best, Warner Bros. I'm trying, right? Yeah. Yeah, Ivan is part of the responsibility. Is partly responsible for our success. Yes, I am. I have the keys to the game. I'm promoting on my channel. The whole world's tuning in. And she'll welcome Warner Bros. I what? That's free marketing from Ivan America. She'll welcome. That's how powerful I am. You know, I've been promoting one movie. He can turn it into a $1 billion movie easy. Because he has the keys and the whole world's watching his video. Yes. That's why I recommend all you guys around the world. All you guys in China, Japan, Europe, Canada, America, go to the theaters with your family, your kids. Go see Superman and support this thing, man. Have this thing be a hit. And have the movie make money, right? $800 million, obviously, right? Yeah. But Superman is at that 750 million break-even point. Yeah. Yeah, well, even John Campbell says $600 million break-even point. He's wrong. It's more than it has to be more than $600 million because Superman was made for $225 million. They spent $100 to $150 million in marketing. So let's assume they spent $100 million in marketing. That's $325. So the break-even point is $700 million. Sorry, what's 325 or 325? I'm fucking stupid, guys. Yeah. $650 million. Also, John was right. No. The theater chains take a cut of it, so they have the company has to make a bit more to break even. The Superman break-even point is in that 700 to 750 million range. If they spent 150 million marketing, the break-even point is a 750 million range. If they spent 100, then it's 700 million range around there, break-even. Not 650, not 600. John Camper is wrong. Because the theater, you have to consider the theater chains. They take a cut of the profits. Theater chains take, I heard, 33 to 50% of the money. So the break-even point for Superman is probably not 750 million range. 770 million range. So if it makes $800 million, then the movie might make maybe 30, 40 million profit. Which is good for Warner Bros., right? And if it makes $1 billion, the movie made 200 plus million profit, right? 200 million profit, obviously. I highly doubt $1 billion. I think that's stretching it too far. Superman still is in the rebuilding stage, but it could hit $1 billion. You never know. We'll see what happens, right? Because No Way Home had a 70% drop its second weekend. Because the movie had legs, it still made almost $2 billion. So you never know, right? If Superman can have legs for a good 2 months, which it could hit that $1 billion range. But I think more realistically, $800 million is more realistic, obviously. But I told you, if Superman does hit $1 billion, remember that Ivan America predicted it. But I was wrong with my opening weekend projections. I predicted 145 million, 150 million around there. Superman made a little bit less and made 125. So I was wrong there, obviously. But I agree with John Campion. Warner Bros.' main goal is not to really make money off this. It's to win back the fan base, win back some of the DCU fans, and rehabilitate the DCU franchise. Their goal is to refresh the new DC universe and win the fans back. That's the goal, obviously. That way, when you release your next movies, now more fans are interested in it. Now you make your $1 billion+ dollars. Obviously. Like, Batman Brave and the Bold will be a $1 billion movie. Because Batman is a very, very popular DCU character. Because the fans love James Gunn's Superman, Batman Brave and the Bold should be a billion plus, even $1.5 billion movie. It'll be huge. It could even be a $2 billion movie. Yeah, because the Batman IP is very popular, right? As Batman is more popular than Superman. No, he's not, Ivan. Yes, he is. Go look at the history of all the Batman movies that got released. All the Superman movies flopped. None of them made any money. Man of Steel flopped, didn't make any money. Superman Returns flopped, didn't make any money. Whereas all the Batman movies, except for Batman Begins, all made profit. The Dark Knight made $1 billion. Dark Knight Rises made $1 billion. I don't know about the Tim ones. I don't know how much those ones did, but I know the ones in the yachts and the early 2010s, obviously, they made their $1 billion, $800 million. Matt Reeves' Batman made $800 million. And that's how you know there is a demand for the Batman IP. As Batman is the most popular DC character, he's more popular than Superman. Obviously, no, he's not. Even yes, he is, guys. Batman is a more popular IP than Superman. Why? Because Superman doesn't really have anyone to challenge him. He's a god. He's like a god to the people. He doesn't really have anyone to challenge him because he's so powerful. He just saves people. Whereas Batman, he has people to challenge him. You have the Joker. You have the Penguin. It's a more grounded universe, and it's just a more interesting, darker universe than Superman. No offense, right? As Batman is my favorite DCU character too. Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character. Batman is my favorite DCU character, obviously. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. So why do you think Batman Brave and the Bold is a $1 billion hit? Yeah. Batman Brave and the Bold will make its $1 billion. Easy. Easily make its $1 billion. Supergirl is not that popular. Supergirl might make it billion, but it could make maybe $850 million, maybe Supergirl, maybe $900 million. But it could hit $1 billion. But Brave and the Bold is a guaranteed $1 billion hit, obviously, right? As the Batman IP is very popular. More popular than even Superman, yeah. Batman's the most popular DC character, right? In the comics, right? Yeah. And Spider-Man's the most popular Marvel character, I believe. Spider-Man's number 1. As you can tell from the box office numbers, right? There's a reason why No Way Home did beat out Avengers 1 and 2 in the box office. And that's a standalone Spider-Man movie. It beat out the Avengers movie. That's how you know Spider-Man is by far the most popular Marvel character. Whereas all the other standalone movies, obviously, only I think like 2 of them were at the Avengers box office numbers. Iron Man 3 and Black Panther, those did like Avengers like 2 numbers. But No Way Home blew even the Avengers 1 and 2 numbers out of the water. Not 3 and 4, but 1 and 2, it beat it out. It almost made $2 billion. No Way Home almost did Infinity War numbers. It almost made $2 billion, man. That's how you know Spider-Man is obviously the most popular Marvel character. Obviously in the MCU. And Batman is by far the most popular character in the DCU, obviously. Like, duh. Yeah. Yeah. So DC is in a better place than Marvel. Oh yeah, Marvel is in a messy situation right now. Yeah. That's why I believe Kevin Feige got desperate. He had to cry for help. Because the MCU is in a mess right now, obviously. He got desperate and he brought back all the same guys. He needed help, obviously, because he panicked. Kevin Feige. That's why I believe what happened behind the scenes, right? I told you, Fantastic Four will not be a $1 billion movie. It might make maybe $600 million. If it's lucky, he can make maybe $700 million. But I don't think it's going to be a $1 billion hit, Fantastic Four. You'll be lucky to make $500 million. Fantastic Four is not that popular of an IP, right? And Superman, it's competing with Superman. Superman is more popular than Fantastic Four. It's fucking Superman, right? Oh. Yeah. Like, I don't really care that much about Fantastic Four. I'll watch the movie, but I'm not that really hyped for it, right? It's just one of those movies, yeah, this looks pretty good, I'll see it, but I'm not really hyped for it. Whereas Superman, I'm hyped to watch that. Will you see it at the theaters, Ivan? I might wait maybe another 2 weeks. When the buzz dies down a little bit, I'll see it on theaters. Or I might just wait until it's released online. I'll watch it online at home. Yeah. Zara? So what do you think is Kevin Feige's hope? Kevin Feige's hope is the Avengers movies. Hopefully, the two Avengers movies, which will make a lot of money, obviously, will make their billion plus easy, obviously. Hopefully, those two Avengers movies, they rehabilitate the MCU and bring the MCU back to its glory days. And after the Avengers movies, now the other movies start making money. But I'm just saying, if the Avengers movies are hits and then after that Marvel is still going downhill, that's not good for Kevin Feige. He might get fired, right? Disney might say, okay, Kevin Feige, enough's enough. You're done. Well, even Disney would never fire Kevin Feige. I beg to differ, right? Yeah, I beg to differ right on that, right? If the MCU goes downhill after Avengers, Kevin Feige could lose his job. Or he might get demoted. Or they might bring in people to help him out. I don't know. They'll either fire him, but because he's Kevin Feige, I highly doubt they're going to fire him, but they might demote him, or they might have people jump on board and help him out. Kevin Feige has to let go of his ego. Okay, I need help. I need people to keep me in check. Because phase 1, phase 5 are not working, obviously. I'm sorry. That's why he panicked. I believe he panicked, obviously. Don't hate him, Zen. And when he what? Yeah, because I told you, Avengers 5 was supposed to be Kang Dynasty. Hence, Quantumania was obviously Disney was expecting that movie to be like a billionaire hit because it was leading into the Avengers 5, and Kang was supposed to be the villain of the Avengers sequels, obviously. But because Quantumania flopped and the movie was terrible, Kevin Feige obviously had a panic. Okay, Kang did not resonate well with the fans, and the movie was terrible. Obviously, he had to make changes, obviously. Because Quantumania was terrible, Kevin Feige had to get rid of the writer for Quantumania, who was supposed to write Avengers 5, I believe, because it didn't work for Quantumania, and Kang didn't resonate well with the fans, hence why he changed the villain to Doctor Doom. And he brought back Robert Downey Jr. I think that shows desperation, obviously. He brought back a character that he killed off in Endgame. I think that shows desperation, obviously. But because you have the multiverse nonsense in the Marvel universe right now, anything can happen. Even if they kill off Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, they in another universe as Doctor, he can be Doctor Doom. That's why I don't like the multiverse, because anything can happen, right? It's nonsense. It's lazy writing. It's gobbledygook. It's cheap and it's just lazy writing. Anything can happen. That's why I'm not a fan of the multiverse stuff, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. Because one reason why the MCU is at disadvantage right now, because they're in the multiverse nonsense stuff, whereby anything can happen, and hence why the MCU is obviously not in as good as a position as DC right now. DC is in a much stronger position than the MCU. So, Sarah, do you think DC will be big like the MCU? It could. You never know, right? The DCU could be huge, man. It could be like Kevin Feige's MCU. And if the DC thing becomes huge, obviously, and it's a huge hit, like Kevin Feige's MCU in the first few phases in its glory days, Marvel will not be able to compete with DC. Guys, Marvel cannot compete with DC if DC is very successful. Because the DC universe is much more interesting than the Marvel universe. No offense, right? Like DC, I think I've read a little bit of DC comics and Marvel comics. DC is more interesting to me than Marvel, to be honest. Because Marvel is just humans with powers, mutants. Except for Thor, he's a god. They're just mutants with powers. Whereas DC, you have the gods. And you have Batman. Yeah. Obviously. Like a Batman movie is more interesting than a Thor movie, than an Iron Man movie, than a Captain America movie. He's more interesting than all those characters. The only character that can rival Batman is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is very interesting, obviously. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the only character in Marvel who can rival a DC. If a Spider-Man movie came out and a DC movie came out, Bat movie came out, it'd be like a back and forth because they're both very popular IPs, obviously. Spider-Man is like the only character who can rival, obviously, a Batman movie, obviously. Whereas Batman can easily take out all these Marvel movies. Because Batman's more interesting than all these other characters in Marvel, in my opinion, anyways. In my opinion, right? That's my point. Yeah. John's like, Ivan, you're right. If DC becomes huge, like Marvel in its glory days, yeah, Marvel will not be able to compete with DC. They will not be able to compete with DC. It'd be a back and forth, but DC will end up winning. Because there's much more higher potential with the DC universe than there is with Marvel. No offense, right? There's much more potential with DC than Marvel, in my opinion, right? Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah, but Ivan, the old DCU couldn't compete with Marvel. Yeah, because they didn't do it right. Obviously, they didn't plan everything out right. Obviously, they made a lot of errors. They had bad days at the office. Obviously, because James Gunn's DCU has potential to be like Marvel in its glory days in the first few phases if they do everything right. He did his job. He did win back the fans, as a lot of fans love Superman. And once you introduce Batman and Supergirl and Wonder Woman and all that stuff, and Lobo and all that stuff, it could be huge, man. And you have the Justice League movie. The Justice League movie, if it's done right, it'll be a $2 billion movie. It should be a $2 billion plus movie, man. It'll be huge. But they have to do everything right. Because DC has potential to be like Kevin Feige's Marvel in its glory days in the first few phases when he had people keep him in check. Don't forget that, right? Because in the first few phases, Kevin Feige, there's a guy named Mike, what's his name, putting something. John Camp Robert, I know I'm talking about. Yeah, he ran a Marvel division, obviously. He kept Kevin Feige in check. And there was another guy, too, who kept Kevin Feige in check during the three phases. He had checks and balances, Kevin Feige. And he got rid of them because he didn't like those guys or something like that. He thought he can do it himself. And then in phase 4 and 5, went downhill from there, obviously. I'm just saying, right? So you don't think Kevin Feige is responsible for the MCU? He's a part of it, but he's not the ultimate reason for it. Obviously, he had help. On paper, he is, but he's not 100% the sole reason of the success of Marvel. There's other people who had a part to play in it. That's what people don't tell you. Obviously, you have to look at all sides of the story. I'm saying. You have to look at all sides of the story. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, you're crazy, man. You think James Gunn's DC has potential to be like Kevin Feige's Marvel? Yes, man. It has the potential for all their movies to be averaging $1 billion like Kevin Feige's Marvel. They just have to do everything right? Yeah. Obviously. So if DC becomes huge, Ivan, like Kevin Feige's Marvel in its glory days, Marvel will not be able to compete with DC. They can compete with them, obviously, but DC will end up winning if it's done right. Because in my opinion, the DC universe is more interesting than the Marvel universe. In my opinion, I think John Cappy and Robert Marionette would agree. Yeah, even DC has more potential. Yeah, there's more potential in the DC universe than there is with Marvel, right? Obviously, it's a more interesting universe in my opinion. Anyways, I think DC is more interesting than Marvel. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, man. You have Batman. Like a Batman movie. Like Batman movies, I fucking love, man. They're so good. Yeah. Like I like Matt Reeves' Batman: The Dark Knight better than most of the Marvel movies. I love Matt Reeves' Batman. I don't care what he says. I love that movie, and I love The Dark Knight. It's so good. It's my favorite comic movie, The Dark Knight. It's a fucking masterpiece. Yeah. I like The Dark Knight better than all the Marvel movies. It's fucking amazing. Yeah. I'm sorry. Or maybe John and Rob disagree. No, I think Marvel's more interesting. Yeah, maybe they think Marvel's more interesting. But I think DC's more interesting than Marvel, the universe. Obviously. Yeah, but I mean, if DC's more interesting than Marvel, then how come Marvel was so successful and DC was a failure? Because they didn't plan it out right, man. They didn't do a good job planning it, marketing it, writing good stories. They had the executives had a bad day at the office, obviously. Yeah, so there's context, obviously, right? Yeah. Well, a lot of the DCU movies were actually pretty good movies, but they didn't resonate with the fans because DC it wasn't working because they had bad days at the office. The fans did not resonate with the stories. That's why they had to refresh the whole thing, man, with James Gunn's new DC universe. That's why I recommend all you guys around the world, who, when you watch this video, this week, next week, the week after that, even 2-3 weeks after that, for the next 2 months, world, go to the theaters and see Superman. That way, this thing can be a hit. It can be make it $800 million, $1 billion. That way, the thing is DC has a strong start, right? Because it'd be nice for DC's first movie to be profitable, right, and make their $800+ million. Warner Bros. Make their $800+ million. I'm saying. That's why I'm promoting the heck out of it, and I'll be promoting all of James Gunn's movies on my channel, obviously. Until I'm king. Once I'm king, I'm no longer gonna promote it. Obviously, I'm not gonna make movies on Savage channel. But for the next 4 years, for the next movies coming out, I'll be promoting on my channel. That way, I can boost the buzz for James Gunn's DC universe, obviously. And you're welcome, Warner Bros., right? Yeah. You think David Cornswell will become a big star? If the DC thing is a hit, it'll become huge. It'll become the next, I don't know, Robert Downey Jr., right? Yeah. Because I think it's clear that Superman will be the face of the DCU, obviously, as they're starting the story off. Just like for MCU, they started the story off with Iron Man and what? And Robert Downey Jr. was the face of Marvel. I believe DC, they want David Cornswell to be the face of DC, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And if the DC thing is a hit, obviously David Cornswell will become a huge star, a big A. Right now, he's like a rising star. He's not a household name. He only got paid $750K for Superman, just like Robert Downey Jr. only made $500K for the first Iron Man. Then as Marvel became big, now he became huge, and he got his huge paychecks, man. His $10, $50 million, $100 million paychecks. David Cornswell, if the DC thing is successful, will become huge and will get his fat paychecks, obviously. Become a big A's actor. If the DC thing is a huge hit, which I think it will be, obviously, right? It should be huge, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. But Supergirl and Batman, those movies have to start making profit. Which they will, obviously, right? Supergirl, I don't know if that will hit $1 billion. Supergirl is not that really popular of an IP compared to, like... But Batman Brave and the Bold will easily do its $1 billion plus. It's fucking Batman. If Matt Reeves' Batman can make $800 million, James Gunn's DCU Batman will make its $1 billion. Easily. Batman is too big of an IP, obviously. And Superman 2 should make its $1 billion plus too. Obviously. And Supergirl, maybe not. Supergirl, I predict maybe 800 million it can make. It makes little profit. It's not really a huge hit. It's a sleeper hit, obviously. But the next movies have to start making... If Superman doesn't make any money, I'm qualifying. The next movies have to start making money, obviously. Which I think they will. They should. Let's say Superman does make $800 million. Then Supergirl and Batman will easily make their $1 billion. Well, Batman will make its $1 billion easy. Whereas Supergirl, because it's not that popular of a character, it might make maybe $850, $900 million, but it could make $1 billion too. It just depends how she resonates with the fans, obviously, right? But Supergirl is not that popular compared to like Superman and Batman, right? Yeah, that's my point. Yeah. This video won't be too long, guys, because I don't want it to take long to upload. And at the same time, I have to leave soon. I'm going to take my shower. I'm going to wash my boxers. Because all my boxers are in my bin, obviously. I'm going to take my shower and I'm going to bike to the Shane's bar and I'm going to vlog with Tony. For like an hour, maybe 50 minutes, I'm done, right? And I'll watch a show when I come home with you guys. Then after that, I have to go to bed because I have work at fucking Google for you, right, tomorrow. Obviously. I don't like working now. I'm going to give my 2-week notice probably next week. I'm going to tell the Google boss, yeah, sorry, I'm going back to welfare. I have more important things to worry about in my life. I don't want to work anymore. And why, Ivan? Yeah, I have more important things in my life that I have to focus on. At the same time, the work there is too much, man. I don't like closing there. I don't like working Saturdays alone, man. It's not fun. And my partner right now, the other guy who's working with me, he told me he might quit too when he starts school. Yeah, I might work weekends or I might quit. He told me that. So I guarantee he probably doesn't even like working there either. But he needs the money, right? He's only working there because he needs the money. But I guarantee he's going to quit soon too. Because working Sundays and Saturdays at Whole 40 is not fun. It's a lot of fucking work, I'm sorry. Will you watch this video, Ivan? I'll probably watch a good maybe 30 minutes of it. And after that, I have to take a shower, get ready, and I'm going to bike to the Shane's bar, and I'm going to vlog with Tony there. Yeah, how long will the vlog be? Probably an hour, maybe 45 minutes, I'm done. I'll drink maybe 6 beers with him, have maybe 2 shots, get a little bit tipsy with him, and I'll call it quits. I don't want to vlog for too long, right? Last time I only vlogged for an hour. This time I'll vlog for maybe an hour and 45, 50 minutes. I'm done. Obviously. Yeah, and I'll get my food. And when I order food, I'll vlog myself ordering the food and everything. I can talk to Tony a little bit while I wait for the food. But I'm not going to eat with him. I prefer to eat my food, bring my food at home. And I want to eat my food and enjoy the show with you guys, right? Yeah, looking at a sick vlog with Tony, right? I'm going to keep saying this, guys. I know you love my sabotage reels, man. You better enjoy it while you can, because when I'm king, I'm not making any rules for you, man. Once I find out how wicked you are, man, and I have to die to be my wife and have sex with myself and be a porn star, well, I'm not interested in banging on this Hollywood woman. I'm going to pay the fee, and I'm taking my money. I'm taking whatever, and I'm peace out once I pay the fee, right? Yeah. I'm not going to have you do that, man. Yeah, man. Not after what you put there, man. You're crazy. That's why I set the whole thing up, yeah. Yeah, if you set the whole thing up, man, the only way for us to be saved is if you make videos for us on your Sarah's channel, yes. But once I'm now king with Fiege, I'm going to forget about this Sarah's channel, because now I'm trending wherever I go every day. Hundreds of videos and pictures of me and Fiege trending on X. It's fucking crazy. And I'm also living that billionaire life with her, man. I'm also doing life with her. And I'm now a movie star featured on the magazines and everything. I'm going to forget about this channel, man. Yeah, Fiege will forget about her old Hollywood life too. Well, she's not queen with me, right? Yeah. Fiege will forget about her old life too, obviously, because now she's queen with me. Samsara. Yeah. I'm going to wear Haki's blue shirt that he gave me. Haki gave me a nice blue shirt. I'm going to wear a nice blue shirt that he gave me. He gave me one of his shirts. I have to wash it though, because he wore it. Yeah, and I recommend you wash the shirt. I wore it. So I put it in the washer and I washed it, obviously, right? Yeah. Yeah, probably, if you quit over 40, how are Haki and Reza supposed to be your head chefs? I have their numbers. I'll have their numbers on my phone, so once I'm king, I can give them a call, obviously, right? I have their numbers, obviously, on my phone. Yeah. But I'm only going to work over 40 for maybe 3 weeks. I'm done, man. I'm actually being serious. I'm going to give my 2-week notice next week. Obviously. Yeah. Sometime next week, sometime this week, I'm going to go to the, I have to go to the mall. And I have to reapply for my health card, obviously. It's only like $30 to pay for a health card. But it takes a good 2 weeks for the health card to come in. Hence why I want to work for maybe 3 weeks so I have a little bit of money. Because you don't want to do a thing where I give my 2-week notice now, and then 2 weeks go by, I get paid, and it takes another 2 weeks for my health card to come in. But I have my dentist money, but for dentist, I'm only making like $200, $220, $230, right? Whereas Cobra Food, I'm making like my $600. I'm making a bit more money, so yeah. The boss is like, Ivan, why are you leaving? I'm like, yeah, I have more important things in my life to focus on, man. I gotta write my book. I want to be healthier. Like, I've been eating a lot of junk food. I want to like eat healthy and lose this weight, go swimming. I have more important things in my life I have to worry about. Because my book is what's important. It's not working right now. It's nice to have money, obviously, but my book is number one. That's what I have to work on. I have to get it done because I know the gatekeepers, more bullshit's gonna happen, man. In a good 1-2 years, they might have that meeting with me. Ivan, you're 35 years old. We're going to kick you out of the house. But when they say that, my book is already done, obviously. I'm like, yeah, by the way, I finished my book. I want to get this self-published. They're like, I forget about the book. I'm like, no. I know you're the gatekeeper. I know you lock the doors. I want to get this self-published. They know, yeah, if we kick Ivan out of the house, he'll be homeless. Yes, if you kick me out of the house, I'm going to be on the streets. I told you, because the gates are wicked people, they don't care if I'm on the streets. Yeah, I don't care if Ivan's on the streets. He's on the streets. He's poor, working minimum wage. He's not touching a dime of my money. At the same time, he can't see Fiege because they're fucking crazy people. Yeah. Selfish fucking people, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. And you think I'm gonna let you take control of my money? You're crazy, man. The money off the book is for me and Fiege. It's not for you. You're just a greedy pig. Samsara. It's for me and Fiege. It's not for you. You're just a greedy pig. Samsara. Yeah, I'm going to shut this camera off here, and I'll talk for maybe another 50 minutes. I'm done, guys. I don't want to talk for too long, because I don't want the video taking too long to upload. You guys will see me in part 2.